Feel regret or sadness? Will. A cry of pain, grief, or anger. When we pursue pleasure, our lives are marked with laughter and joy. But when we repent, you are going to feel pain. When you mess up, you are going to feel hurt. It's the conviction. Verse 10. Humble yourselves. The world's version of humbleness is having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's importance. As a kid, you always heard, be humble. Especially from Nate, man. Like playing stuff with Nate. It's like, you gotta be humble. Even though Nate was a little like on the best, you know. He was really good at basketball, though. I'll give him that. I'm like, dude, you hit that shot. That's pretty well. He's awesome. I look up to him with his basketball. Like, dude, you can play in the NBA. He's like, no, I couldn't. I'm like, yeah. But I always heard, be humble. And see, I'm super humble playing basketball because I can barely make a layup. So now other stuff, maybe 2K, I can hit a 3, but. And what's up? Get at me, But I always heard that. So my whole thing was like just to play, not to brag, not to talk, and to fall back. But here, the Bible's version of humble is like, no, don't fall back, don't let it go. Go to God's feet, and lay it down at God's feet. Do something about that action, and that's what's really cool. Kind of learned too was like, just fall back, be quiet. But in this sense, it's like, go to God's feet, pray to Him, talk to Him, let Him have it. I also have like the biblical definition of humbleness, which is like the humble is the people who are willing to submit to God's desire for them rather than proudly insisting on their own desires for pleasure. That's what I'm talking about. This humble is take action, trust God, go to God. When you humble yourself, you should be saying, God, I want what you want, not what this world wants from me. I am for you. That's it. You gotta humble yourselves, and that's the humble. I have my 3 key points, like Nate does, or he might do 4, I can't remember. 3 practical things you can do. 1, reevaluate where your wants and desires are. Are they following God's plans or yours? The whole process of the thing. You challenge them to reevaluate their life. James did. 2, look to God if your desires are in line with His. Ask God, what do you want from me? Instead of saying, God, I want this. God, what do you want? God, take me. 3, realize we can't have it both ways. Lay it all down and seek Him through all your temptations and your worldly desires. And now, I'm going to share my testimony, which I did actually for the first time in front of the traditional service, in front of more than like 2 or 3 people. And it really relates to this. So I came to God and fell on my face and said, God, I can't do it anymore. So like Nate said, I was coming to youth group. Jackie got me here, my twin sister right there. She got me to youth group. Come, Jacob, it's fun. When you say fun, I'm good. Oh, we play games. I love games. I'm competitive. So I went. Dude, I loved it. The first time we did like an obstacle game, and it was awesome. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm going to go back. Came consistently on Wednesdays. Was a trouble kid, man. I was always getting in trouble in school because of my disrespect. My mouth just, I didn't care. And I kept coming. Well, then I got to be like, well, the games are fun, but wow. I didn't know pastors was as cool as Nate. Like, pastors can be cool. So it caused me to build a relationship with Nate because I looked up to him and thought he was so cool, awesome, and funny. That's all it takes. Like, I like you. You're funny. You're awesome. I just loved it. And God used him, man. And God used him a lot in my life. Well, 10th grade year, I went through a lot in high school. Crutches and me aren't a good combo. There's stuff you shouldn't do with crutches that I did in school and stuff. And I couldn't go back because I had a wheelchair. Well, what was it, 2 or 3 months? I was out of school, falling behind. I didn't care. I did care. Like, I was living it up, sleeping in every day, I didn't care. So I finally got a wheelchair. Went back, got in trouble with the wheelchair because we broke it going down a hill. My buddy said, all right, I'm going to hop on the back. I'm going to push you down the hill. For those of you that went to Bowling Springs High School, the hallway, as soon as you walk in the door from getting dropped off by your parents, that hill right there. We hit a trash can, smacked the wall, broke broke the wheelchair. Luckily, it wasn't the foot that was broken that I hit on the wall. Surprised I didn't break my other foot. For those of you who know him, it's Izzy. Izzy was my partner in crime, my trouble buddy. Like, we were always laughing, cutting up, having a good time. And that year, that summer, like in between the school year and summer, I found out that my dad had did some stuff that he shouldn't have done. And that hurt. He's my best friend. I love him so much. I still love him. I still have a heart for him. He's my dad. And he did some stuff that really hurt my family and me. And we couldn't have a relationship with him. It's not impossible, but it was just, there's no way I can do it, you know? And seeing my family hurt as much as they did, my sisters especially. Seeing my whole family hurt, me hurt, not knowing what to do, and turning stuff I shouldn't turn to. I lied to my mom about smoking weed, about drinking at my buddy's house. I had to do that with getting me pills in school. It's not the way to do it. It's not. To everybody out here, I'm not saying, hey, you know, go ahead and take some pills. I'm saying, no, choose God over those, because I didn't. And they couldn't fill the gap. I'd still go to bed crying at night. I hurt because I didn't know how to handle my dad not being around. Man, I looked to him for everything. He was my role model. I wanted to be just like him as a kid. And what he did caused me to lose so much, you know. All the plans I had after high school, I was like, dude, he's going to give me a job making $60K a year after high school. I don't have to go to college. I don't have to do nothing. My dad's going to give me a job. And I relied on him so much. And when he did what he did, it took it all away. I was down. I was going through depression. I was hurt. I still came to church every Wednesday. God was tugging at my heart. Nate would always say, man, you can't do it alone. You know, like, I had so many talks with Nate and personal conversations with Nate. Like, Nate would pick me up. Hey, dude, let's go cook out and get a milkshake. Nate was that investor and like in my life that God put there for a reason. Coming to church on Sundays helped me. You know, being in church helped. Man, we go get a milkshake. How are you feeling today? Some days I talk, some days I wouldn't, because I shut down. Nate knows. So, you know, I was just struggling so hard and going through this hard time. I come to church every Wednesday, play games, still worship. I was still taking pills. I was still drinking. I was still hurting so bad. I just didn't want to do it anymore. It sucked. Like, going through that amount of pain I went through was the hardest time of my life. It's the hardest time of my family's life. Well, I kept hearing Nate do his thing on Wednesday. And 11th grade convention, I went through camp that year, summer, and God was stirred. God was pulling at me. I'm like, yeah, awesome. Like, I'm going back to live for God. You know, I'm not doing this. My mom and Nate made us go into camp work, which was awesome. Like, I'm super thankful for my mom and everything she's done for me. Gotta give her a shout out. She was huge in me getting through everything I've been through. My whole family was. And with camp, God was stirred. I won camper of the year, and you know, that's awesome. Yesterday, it showed up on my Facebook. I was the man in camp. Steven, you're gonna win it this year. You're gonna win it this year. Or Kara, are you going? You're not going. You could have won girl camper of the year. We could have represented. It's all good. Dance is fun too. You killed it, dance. We won camper. I won camper of the year. I came back feeling like, man, I'm like, dude, I gotta do something about it. I won camper of the year. I put that thing on my wall, dude. I still got it. Nate was packing my stuff from my mom's house when we moved out and got our place for us to live. And dude, you still got that thing. I'm like, man, I'll always keep that thing because that's a reminder of like, I won camper of the year. Like, it was big to me, man. And that whole time between that camp and convention, I was stirred. God was stirring me. Come every Wednesday, God was stirring me. I still was hurting. I couldn't hide it. I mean, I don't know how many times. I went to the altar every night at camp because the pain was just so bad. And dude, camp's awesome. You got people pray for you. You come to the altar, you'll have 30 other youth, your friends, like, I'm praying for you, dude. You know, it's awesome. And I still didn't choose God. I came back home. I gave right back into it. I come on Wednesdays. How are you doing, Jacob? I'm good. I'm not doing nothing I shouldn't be doing. Hey, like, I'm fine. You didn't lie today. who's been there for me, lying to my mom. No, I didn't do that, Mom. She knew I did. She could see through it. She knew when I was lying. And it was just crazy because that year at convention, from Campbell Convention, they were playing How He Loves. I'm sorry, but How He Loves gets you in your feelings. God is an awesome God. It's an awesome song. Everybody basically knows it because it's such an awesome song. They were playing it, man, and I just kept hearing in my head, Nate telling me over and over again, I'm hurting at this moment. Like, I'm struggling. Like, I'm like, what is going on? Why do I hurt so bad? Like, I'm tired of hurting. And I hear Nate's like thinking about, you can't do it alone, man. Like, I've told you that a million times. Where are you going to get it? And I went, put my face on that altar and did something about it. I accepted Christ, the ultimate, like, humble before God is accepting Christ and saying, that was mine. God, I want what you want. I don't want what I want. Man, I can't do this alone. I want to quit doing this stuff. Well, I quit doing it. God is an awesome God. He took how I was hurting and took that pain and made it into this, a testimony. It made it into something that you could share about and be okay about. It was awesome. 5 years later, I didn't see any of this coming. I didn't see standing up here and talking to y'all. Like, I was like, never in my life would I get up there. You know, I didn't see wanting to go into youth ministry. I didn't see any of this. But I was thinking my own ways before I humbled myself. I was thinking, my dad's going to give me a job making $60K a year. I'm fine with that. I wasn't thinking, and that's because I wasn't saved. I didn't have the tendency to pray, God, what do you want? My face on that altar, God stirred me. Holy Spirit stirred me. I was to the point 2 years ago where I was struggling. I didn't even bills or anything. I was struggling internally with, dude, what do you want me to do with my life? I went through 2 jobs in like a year. Dude, this is getting frustrated. And I was trying to control it myself. I tell you what, I kept praying and praying, God, what do you want? 6 months ago, I was sitting down in a meeting with, can't remember their names. They're awesome guys. Like, it was a huge day. I still can't remember their names. And they said, did you ever feel the call to youth ministry? I was telling about the church, how much I love youth, how much I love this church, what it's up for. Because y'all are all awesome. I love you all so much. Y'all been a huge part of me being able to do this. And I was like, yeah, but dude, I don't want to go to college, man. Like, boy, yeah, I don't want to do nothing. You know, I want to chill, just make money and relax. Well, they talked to me. And that night, I did something about what God wanted me to do. I humbled myself to God and turned to God. And it led to me doing this youth pastor internship. It led to me going into youth ministry. And that's all because I humbled myself to God. And He revealed those plans to me. He showed me what He wants me to do. And that's because I prayed, God, I want what you want. Show me what I'm supposed to do. It wasn't, I'm going to do this anymore, because I couldn't figure it out. It wasn't going my way. So I'm like, dude, well, if it's not going my way, I need to relate back to trusting God and say, man, I want what you want, because you know, I know. Make it easy on me, man. Like, lead me, guide me. Show me, teach me, you know? And it was really awesome, but my main thing was testimony was, I was doing my selfish desires. I was getting into the worldly desires with stuff I was doing through all my hurt and pain. I'm telling you what, it sucked. It would fill a gap there, here and there. That was it. 4 hours here, 4 hours there, maybe 2 sometimes. But it didn't work. And James tells us that it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. You can't get what you want by saying, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get what I want. You can't do it. And then, like I said, I humble myself before God. And you constantly got to do that through your relationship with God. That's why this message was for the on-church and the church. You can't say, I'm a follower without humbling yourself. Every day, you got to work towards a relationship with God. Every day. Now, some days are different. Every day it's humbling yourself. Every day it's falling to the feet of Jesus and saying, God, I want what you want. Like, it's hard. Like, I wake up praying, man, like on the way to work, because I'm like, come on, man. I got to go to Eagles. What are you doing to me? I don't want to work produce no more. I want youth ministry now. But it's all in His plans. It's all in His plans. And I humble myself, just like y'all need to, and y'all should. And I got one little finisher. This is my Nate moment every week that he does. There. If you are frustrated, lost, nothing's what you want it to be, which was where I was at. Like maybe where some of you are at. You're going through something, you're hurting from a loss, and you're trying to handle it by yourself, and you can't. Turn to God to help you with it. There's so many situations where I think of people going through my head where they just need to do this. Just like James said, it's from the Bible. Get rid of all the filth and your evil and the evil in your lives. Quit doing the earthly desires. Quit choosing the earth over God. Lay it at God's feet, and He promised you stuff will start falling into place. It might not always be what you want, but it'll be best for you and what God wants. Alright, this is the next one. For everybody who feels like you need to pray along, go to this side. For anybody who feels like they need somebody to pray with them, come to this side. I'm challenging you. Reevaluate your wants and desires. Look to God if your desires aren't in line with His. But at the end of the day, I put that note, but look to Him every day. Look for what He wants every day. And realize we can't have it both ways. Quit following the world and follow God. I'm going to pray with you real quick. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray to you. You are such an awesome God. You're so graceful. You want us. You long for us. You want us to turn to you, God. You want to help us. We cannot do it alone. Nothing in this world can fill the gap or void that we're missing. Only you can, God. I just ask that for anybody in this room right now who's not filling the gap with you, that they would be challenged and you would put it on their heart to come up here right now and pray. Pray with somebody, pray along, do whatever they got to do, God, that you would put it on their heart. For anybody who knows somebody who's struggling with this, take this message to them. Preach to them. You don't have to be a preacher to preach, just preach. At the end of the day, God, I just ask that you help everyone humble themselves before you and choose you every day, God. I love you so much, and thank you for everything. In Jesus' name I pray.
We've taken two very powerful worship songs and put them together as one. Worship is such an amazing, powerful, and beautiful thing. We read in the Psalms about God being enthroned upon the praises of His people. This is a picture of God establishing His kingdom in a place of worship and praise. This song we are about to sing is a prayer. Jesus taught us to pray in Matthew 6, let your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This song is about us turning our heart's affection and awareness towards God's presence and asking Him to take us deeper still. I urge you to take time closing your eyes if you want as we sing, making this song your own personal prayer as you encounter Him.
off this week or next for someone else that needs to get baptized. It says, God, I used to live for me, and now I live for you, and I want to show that through baptism. God, I thank you for those that are already signed up, that are already ready, that are already been meeting with God. And right in this moment,